I'm Gary Isaacs, the Bitcoin cowboy Ike Pickett. Let me show you something. President Trump, number 47, has recently put forth a proposition that comes as a surprise and seems impossible for most citizens. That proposition is for the elimination of the income tax. Can it be done? Of course it can be done by the recreation of circumstances that made this country the most prominent and the richest country in the world without an income tax. Pay attention to what was being said by a couple of world leaders. One, Napoleon Bonaparte, of all people, the Emperor of France in 1815, who said this, quote, "When a government is dependent upon bankers for money, they, and not the leaders of the government, control the situation, since the hand that gives is above the hand that takes. Money has no motherland. Financiers are without patriotism and without decency. Their sole object is gain." Close quote. Woodrow Wilson signed the 1913 Federal Reserve Act. A few years later, he wrote this, quote, "I am a most unhappy man. I have unwittingly ruined my country. A great industrial nation is controlled by its system of credit. Our system of credit is concentrated. The growth of the nation, therefore, and all of our activities are in the hands of a few men. We have come to be one of the worst ruled, one of the most completely controlled and dominated governments in the civilized world. No longer a government by free opinion, no longer a government by conviction and the vote of the majority, but a government by the opinion and duress of a small group of dominant men." Close quote. Now, understanding what these two government leaders were saying will help you realize why a financial revolution is important. If you want to understand this problem more deeply, and for the ultimate solution to the problem, you can listen to my audiobook, Searching for Bitcoin, on my website, thebitcoincowboy.com. Listening to this book could make you rich, but most of all, it can make you free. Trump was looking for a huge correction by proposing the elimination of the Internal Revenue Service and the creation of the External Revenue Service to establish free and fair trade among countries around the world. I hope he can make that happen. But the ultimate financial freedom is not free trade using a flawed money that is created by governments, but by independent free trade using the only decentralized and independent tradable asset called Bitcoin. Fix the money, fix the world. I'm Gary Isaacs, the Bitcoin cowboy Ike Pickett. Babylon is falling now. Don't you fall with it. In the meantime, feel the peace that comes with following the example of a loving Savior and sleep peacefully tonight knowing that your integrity and your savings are in your own custody.